Yo, what's going on? Today, Tuesday, August 24th, we're going to jump into a best ball draft. We're coming to the Puppy 3, $5 entry. Let's get queued up right away and go over some news notes from the day. Some big news, ADP levels changing, specifically for the Jaguar running backs. Not now. Okay. One person that we're going to get in quick. Hopefully some 101 luck. Haven't been there yet in a while. So, let's see what we get. ETN done for the year. 102. Alright, so this is a Cook team. I don't really necessarily even want a Cook team, but we're gonna do it because you don't get them otherwise. We're just gotta fill out our exposures. We have one highly experienced badge. He just has a ton of drafts. I don't see anything else too crazy up here. So, go running back. I want to see. So ETN is gone, done for the year. Still in the player pool, got the out tag. So what's more important there is, well, one, any ETN lineups you have now are probably dead. I may have like one or two. I wasn't a huge ETN guy. And James Robinson ADP should be skyrocketing. I've seen projections of anywhere between like late second, early third to like fifth, like where ETN was going. And that's probably where I'd be in the camp of. I don't think he's a difference maker. Or like huge difference. Alright, so we just grab Cook at the 102. If you don't draft Cook at the 102, you just don't get him on enough of your lineups to be spread out enough. So even if you don't think Cook is too, which I'm not sold on entirely, you still have to draft him just for getting the proper amount of Dalvin Cook in your best ball lineups. Back to Robinson, though. Robinson probably just a middle 5th round pick. I don't know. I look at the running backs. Who am I taking him? I'm not taking him before Mixon. I'm taking him before Allaire. I'd take Swift. I'd probably take Dobbins, Montgomery, Carson, Henderson. I guess the most comparable player is like Darrell Henderson, right? So let's say late 3rd to mid 4th is my projection for James Robinson of where he should be drafted. Someone's gonna get, I don't know, pretty normal so far. Pretty on the draft board. Pretty standard start. Kamara has gone to the 3 spot. Kamara should definitely be drafted 3rd now, by the way. It looks like Winston's gonna be the starter in New Orleans, which is a huge bump. Which is actually just a huge bump for Kamara. The only other person who gets a huge bump in the Travis Etienne injury is Laviska Shenault. He's the clear replacement for Etienne. He's the gadget player, slot guy, quick pass, screen guy. Should take all those routes. I think we bump Laviska up in ADP if anything. Current ADP is 73.7. I'd move him up at least into the 6th round. That is 6th round. I'd move him like early 6. Like looking at it now, I always liked him more than Antonio Brown and Cortland Sutton. Like these aren't my rankings, but I like him better than Galladay, better than Samuel now. Yeah, I'd slide him like right under Robbie Anderson. I'd move Boyd under Robbie Anderson, and I'd move Laviska under Boyd. Pretty my personal rankings. I think that just seems good for him now. Bring it back up. Pretty standard 1st round, nothing too crazy here. Zeke went 8. It's like the same first 8 picks, just like different order sometimes. The same first 8 picks, just 3 through 8 are always like a different order. These 2 teams on the end both went wide receiver, running back. Trying to go balanced, I don't think is going to be optimal in this lobby. I think when you have people going Javonte, Kelsey, Tyreek at 5, 6, 7, you're probably going to see like wide receiver stack teams. Just my guess, but that seems like the most logical way this is going to go. Chubb at 15 is a little early. Najee at 14 is real early, but if you're committed to a guy, you go get him. Gibson. I feel like we're like missing somebody in this list. But these are all pretty standard picks. Just the receivers aren't going. I can definitely think tight end at the. I would think tight end at the 3-2 pick, not at the 2-11. The Hill drafter goes Mixon. I guess that's a little bit surprising. Kelsey drafter just got gifted DeAndre Hopkins at 19. I have no idea what's going to give back to me. We can think Waller if he's there. Waller would be interesting. Waller, A.J. Brown, I think are the two guys that I'd want right now. On the clock in 2. I'm going to go A.J. Brown, Waller, and my queue. Waller goes. And A.J. Brown goes. Now I got decisions to make. I don't reach on Kittle. I don't want to go full like Vikings Onslaught with Jefferson though. I don't really want to reach for a Lamb. I'm in an ugly spot. I am gonna go Jefferson, I guess. I think we'll just go Vikings Onslaught. Grab Cousins late. My next pick, I want Lamb or Kittle, pretty much. I was like, I'm gonna get one of them. You and Keenan Allen, this first pick on the turn in Lamb. I think Kittle's the play here. CEH is not. His ankle injury still worries me about him. I think we're on Kittle. Don't particularly want to reach for one of these guys. I'd rather just get a really good tight end and not have to worry about this later. This is a pretty weird draft for me to go 3 different positions right off the bat. Usually I like to stack one, get it solid up, but this broom went quite literally just straight ADP until this guy goes Robert Woods. I definitely like my team like already more than the team 4 no matter who he drafts, right? We have the same like positions and I just like my team more. I have the better running back, the better receiver, and I would argue Kittle and Waller are close. Kittle might even be better. We got like 1 year of full Waller, so the problem I have is I think I'm really not gonna like the receiver options when it gets back to me. That was the only thing making me think about receiver. Allen Robinson's slipping too. Hilaire goes 30th pick. This guy's probably gonna go for try to get a Chiefs Onslaught. Go Mahomes in the 4th. I doubt Mahomes gets past the Tyreek Hill player. Oh, I didn't think this round though. I mean, technically I'm right, but I was thinking Mahomes here. Mahomes has been going in really a lot earlier in these drafts than he had been like all year. I think it's just a sign that less sharp people are playing right now. As we get closer to NFL season, these lobbies are just going to get easier and easier. Like Allen Robinson going late 3rd is pretty egregious. He's just better than Lockett and Woods. A little early on Cup. Am I missing some like receivers here that should have gone on? Cooper should be gone for sure. None of the mid-round running backs went, which is actually interesting because there's less with the Etienne injury. There's less depth. Like there's just one less running back in the pool now. Robinson goes earlier, and you're not picking like Carlos Hyde. So instead of having one draftable Jacksonville running back, instead of having 2, you only have 1 now. Just receivers. This guy's like ecstatic to get Cooper at 35 though. But like normally that'd be good, but he like punted by taking Najee on the turn. I have no idea what Kirk Cousins' ADP is. I literally haven't drafted him because I haven't drafted. I don't know if I've drafted Jefferson yet this year. Oh, we're 100% going Cousins, so we don't have to worry about that for a while. But I think I want another player other than Cousins. Okay, this guy goes Swift on the turn. This seems like just an ADP guy. He might just take another running back. He grabs DJ Moore. I can think about James Robinson on the turn here, right? Is there like, has anybody said like what they recommend for James Robinson in best ball? I haven't. This is my first draft of the day since the news that he is officially out for the year. Yeah, there's definitely be some running back options available to me here on this pick. Wide receiver's getting pretty dried up. Like, this is not a range I like picking. We can go like we still got to think about Thielen for the full stack, but I'm seeing like James Robinson RB19. Pitts mid fourth seems like you're just punting money. This guy needs to grab Russell Wilson too. One rankings I found that are like updated have him just after Swift, before Henderson, before Sanders, before Jacobs, but in that tier. So I can definitely consider taking James Robinson on one of these two picks. I said he's like my opinion, he's just like an ETN, like same spot. Okay. I think first we need to solidify receiver though. Julio Jones is still available. Is this all because of the report that he like isn't full go on practice yet? He's like 6 picks after ADP. Sign me up. I think we're not even worried about running back yet. I think we're just grabbing receivers. This isn't the range where I like drafting running backs. Guy grabs Kyler. I pick 48. These lobbies have gotten so soft. I'm gonna go with Thielen here. We're gonna get the full Vikings onslaught. All right, if the Vikings are the best offense in football, we win all the money. Like I'm like seeing like kind of what I want to do for the later rounds. I want to grab Trey Lance at one of these two picks, and then just grab Kirk like down here in one of these two picks, 12, 13. We try to just build our team around that strategy now going forward. I think that's gonna work out optimally for us. I'm trying to find some other rankings where people have James Robinson now, but like I kind of like don't even want to look because like this is just confirmation bias of what I was already thinking. He's just in that range, like after DeAndre Swift with Darrell Henderson. Like yeah, I'd take him before Mike Davis, Josh Jacobs. Yeah, he's just in that Darrell Henderson, Miles Sanders thing, and like he should be gone already. If we're thinking Mike Davis, Javonte Williams, people are drafting up based on ADP, not off of news, which is good for me. I mean, like that's legitimately a chance that he could come back to me in the 6th. Seems pretty unlikely, but it's a possibility. Lamar, Josh Allen, quarterbacks are going earlier. Okay, there goes Jaden Robinson. This is probably This is where I think he should go. Maybe he could have gone on the turn here. Like he should have gone instead of Mike Davis. Should have gone instead of Javonte, but this range, late 4th, mid 5th, late 4th, early 5th. I don't know if he's better than Miles Sanders. They're close. He's definitely closer, like to Darrell Henderson though. Like Darrell Henderson isn't 14 picks better than him now. Okay, let's see. What we're thinking of our team so far. And Robbie Anderson, 6. The quarterback's going earlier and earlier is just good news for me. I'm not going to fall for that trap. Wait, did the Russell Wilson guy grab Russell Wilson? No, he didn't. Not the Russell Wilson guy, the Seahawks guy. That guy's playing a dangerous game, I think. I would say at this point he's like, oh, he's got Javonte, so he can go just Rodgers later if he doesn't get Russell. If LaVisca's available at 71, I'm definitely going LaVisca though. I was gonna throw him in the queue right away. He's the best receiver available. Debo for the Trey Lance stack though is interesting. Dak goes. Okay. I'm surprised the Cooper drafter didn't want Dak. I'm surprised the CD Lamb drafter didn't try to get Dak instead of Kyler. Okay, so I think we're going to get a decent player. There's no way this isn't Russell Wilson right here. 67 should be looking receiver. 68 should be Russell. Okay. Yep. This guy can go pretty much anywhere. Except tight end. This guy has 4 receivers and a running back, so he's probably thinking running back. The guy after me has 2 running backs already, so I think I'm going to go LaVisca first if he gets to me. Chase Edmonds at 69. That doesn't feel good. God, I'm gonna get my choice of Visca or or Debo. I think it's Debo for the stack. Would normally be an easy Visca pick for me. We'll think about it if he comes back, though. Going Visca. That's my fourth receiver, and I probably need a second running back in the first 7 rounds. This is like on pace to be like my highest correlated team. What's Trey Lance's like draft looking like right now? ADP 105. I just dig Josh Jacobs. Like, he's not hurt, is he? Why is he like 20 picks after ADP? Okay. Like, that shouldn't have happened. But they were like good, like players that went like he should have gone before Gaskin and Edmonds, right? I'm looking at news, I don't see anything other than he is in better shape. God, I hope I don't look like an idiot. This guy wanted Josh Jacobs, you can tell. He ended up just like panic picking Damian Harris at 79. He didn't have to. He should have just gone receiver. These rooms are getting so soft, honestly. Visca should be gone. I think what's really nice that I have going for me is when we get to pick 95, I would have taken Trey Lance, but since the one pick has Kyler Murray, I can take my player and then take a player and then take Trey Lance at 98. And I will reach up to 98 to get him. I'm not going to wait for 119. That's too aggressive for me. And I'm going to reach up for Kirk too, probably at 146. So just figuring out what to do in between there now. In hope that someone doesn't get like trigger happy. These last 4 picks don't have quarterbacks, so like maybe a little worried they reach for Trey Lance, but we got Rodgers available, we got Brady available, we got Herbert available. We're doing just fine. Jacobs at 74 is insane. He's moving down like people's like consensus rankings. Okay, yeah. This guy grabs LaVisca at 80, which is awesome. It's super good value. I think I'm gonna really like his team. Zeke, Taylor, Robinson, Chase, Visca. I don't know if I like Visca as your third receiver though. I kind of like the golden rule right now of getting 4 receivers before this, but 4 receivers in the first 7 rounds. You got to play 3 every week. Javonte's been sliding because the Eagles look awful, but I won't judge the Eagles until Jalen Hurts sees the field. Well, he's seen the field, but they're not unleashing Jalen Hurts yet. They're just doing like little drop back passes and just sit in the pocket, and like that's not Hurts' strong point. They need to like go full Lamar and build the offense around him. Which if they're doing, they're probably just saving for the regular season anyways. They don't want him to get hurt. The Javonte Williams pick is what really screwed up the running back thing here, right? That's just way too early for Javonte. As long as Melvin Gordon is healthy, this pick's probably way too early. Yeah. Okay. Michael Thomas goes to the team that, yeah, you can't pick Michael Thomas as your third receiver. You just can't do it. Like, cause like he still has to pick receiver next round too. Like he's still like locked into that position now. Which, looking at his team, he should be anyways. This guy picks Rodgers, even though he just went Dak 2 rounds ago. These drafts have gotten like incredibly soft. Even from like a week ago, I think people are getting into like fantasy football mode and they're like positing on Underdog now, and you're just getting like Josh Jacobs 20 picks after ADP for no apparent reason. Okay, only guy I have to worry about taking Trey Lance, I think, is this Dance with Dice guy. He has no quarterback, but I don't think he has any incentive to take Trey Lance. And if I don't get Trey Lance, I'm probably just going to grab Jalen Hurts. But I should look at my first pick here, because regardless, I'm not going either of those guys first. I can look running back, or I can just go. I think I definitely want. I can go another receiver. Curtis Samuel, Darnell Mooney. They're all guys I like. Nicole Hardman. All guys I really like to draft. They're all guys I like way more than Brandon Cooks for sure. These wide receiver ADPs right now are insane. What is going on in this draft? I should just get some exposure to the KC offense. I think in a vacuum, I like Mooney better. But like, if you're talking like straight up, do you want the second receiver on the KC offense or do you want the second receiver on the Chicago offense? I'm going to go the second receiver on the KC offense every time. And it comes right back around me. I can grab Trey Lance. This team's looking good. Team's looking really good. Like, don't fall in love with best ball lineups, but this draft is just falling to me. At this point, I think we're next pick. We definitely want to grab probably just a running back and a receiver. Definitely running back. And I'm trying to think if we want to go like high upside or get him in there, guy, because we're still on like we only have 2 running backs, but I'm pretty confident in both of them getting a good workload. But Dalvin Cook for sure. Like I have Dalvin Cook, really only filling 1 running back slot here. There's just so many good options. I don't know what happened to like the ADPs in this draft. People are just like doing crazy reaches. Like AJ Dillon at 92, there was much better running backs than AJ Dillon on the board. Cooks was a bit of a reach. I don't think you can pay me money to pick a guy in the Houston offense other than Philip Lindsay. Terrace Marshall at 97, legitimately might not see the field. Although I don't think this guy in the one position really knows what he was doing after his first 3 picks. It's kind of gone downhill. Anybody can pick the first 3 picks. Like the first 3 picks aren't difficult. Just don't screw it up. I think this guy like anger picked Josh Allen. Because he was probably thinking he's getting Kyler at 54 and then picked Josh Allen for no reason. Right? Is that what happened? This guy's team would look a lot better with a receiver right now than Josh Allen here. Jalen Hurts went the pick after me. I'm like pretty confident he was taking Trey Lance if I didn't pick him there. Just take the guy on the better team, like it plays the same role. Okay, we're to the turn. I love picking at 2 because I like, or like at the end, so I love getting the 2 picks right away. You can really set up your correlation and just like it's really easy to look at the one team next to you and figure out like kind of what they're gonna do, instead of trying to guess what like 2 or 3 teams are gonna do before you. But I'm definitely thinking running back for sure for one of the picks, and then I'm not sure if we go receiver or not for the other one. It's either RB or RB wide receiver here. I only have 5 receivers, but they're all pretty good ones. This is the thing, like they're highly correlated good receivers. Rondell Moore just went 109. There's definitely some receivers that I'm really excited. Wait, Marquez Callaway's up to ADP 125. It's a bit of an overreaction. I mean, dude looks good, but I think it's a bit of an overreaction. Because like Traquan didn't even play that game. Traquan's probably the 1 until Thomas gets back, and Marquez is the 2. Okay, so it's time to start looking at the guy before me. So the guy before me just went wide receiver, has a tight end, has 3 running backs, has a quarterback. He's probably he should go receiver, running back, or receiver. I feel like he's not very sharp, and he's gonna take a running back anyways. So I think I'm gonna go running back first. James Conner, I think here is the one for me. I'm just gonna queue him up. If I don't get James Conner though, who am I thinking? Tony Pollard upside is insane. Dance with Dice should grab a tight end. But he should grab it with his second pick. He should grab it with his pick 11. So he could go receiver or running back here. He could go quarterback too, because I think he took Jalen Hurts. If there's a quarterback left that he's in love with. Okay. James Conner gets to me at ADP, but I like James Conner. In a room that's like heavy running back, that's pretty good. I want to see what we have for receivers. So someone took Marquez Callaway, right? He's just going higher and higher every draft. Dude gets 2 touchdowns on a Monday night preseason game. People are going wild. Tight end. I'm not reaching for a tight end. Like, just no need to. Russell Gage is interesting to me. Bryan Edwards is interesting. I think Bryan Edwards has huge upside. I also love Henry Ruggs. This is my 6th receiver. 6th receiver, we're going to go Henry Ruggs. The Henry Ruggs spike week as my 6th receiver is too good to pass up. I actually get a mini correlation with Josh Jacobs, I guess. The bet on the Las Vegas roster not being terrible. So if things go wrong, I don't get Kirk Cousins for some reason, I can grab Derek Carr still. As I sit here and still try to not fall in love with this lineup, this is like... This lineup's going to be insane. If Trey Lance gets named the starter, his ADP is going from 105 to like 70 overnight. Yeah, I think you do just have to start him too. Steve Young says Trey Lance should start. Well. Bring up the draft board here and see what's going on. Jacoby Myers, Devin Singletary, Tony Pollard. This guy definitely needed to go at least one receiver on this turn. Not second quarterback, second tight end. That's just a mistake. I'm saying it. These drafts are just gonna get easier and easier as the week goes on. But I've already noticed that like the amount of entries is way up already. It's filling a lot faster now. You got people just sitting here like me tonight, just going through these drafts. 2 at 131's quite a bit ahead of ADP, I think. Trying just to look at this guy's draft, see what happened here. Diggs, Najee, Cooper, Dobbins, Boyd, Smith. I don't hate this team. He needs another running back, though. Yeah, he needs another running back. He needed another running back a couple rounds ago. Like, God, his receivers are good for a team that, like, has two decent running backs, but he's really he's really going for Dobbins, Najee as being great. When you draft Najee at the 2-2 pick, you have to like assume he's going to be great and going to be a first round value to reach from there. Okay, 146 is my cousin's pick. I just want to see where he is. He is the next quarterback on the list. I'm gonna put a star on him. Just in case something weird happens and I get auto-picked, I still get the guy. Still get a guy I want. Running back's gone cold here. Yeah, there hasn't been. Okay, as I say it, the running back gets picked, but after these, it was almost like 10 picks without a running back. People really stop picking running backs here because they just don't know who the running backs are. They don't know these names. Casual players don't know these names. Pick 1 has 2 quarterbacks already, so I don't need to grab Kirk Cousins with my first pick. With pick 12, I can grab him with pick 13. And this guy should be going. He should be going 2 receivers. He should have gone 2 receivers last 2 rounds, though. So. Hines, Williams. Okay. This guy has 2 quarterbacks too, so my Kirk Cousins pick should be safe now. Running back. I'm not reaching on running back here when I have 3 that I like already. I look for second tight end. No, I'm not really thinking that either. And we're just going to grab a receiver here. Gabe Davis and Cole Beasley are available. I think people are sleeping on Cole Beasley. Dude's got over 100 targets the past 2 years. When you get a guy at pick 143 that gets over 100 targets a year, you're probably going to get a spike week or 2. Oh, man. Latavius Murray is such a bad pick. Now, I'll actually explain that in a second, too. It sounds like, as we just admire this actual piece of art lineup, wow. Okay. Latavius Murray is bad. It sounds like he's not even the 2 there anymore. Right now, Latavius Murray's upside is he gets traded somewhere. Right now it's Trey Jones as the number 2 in New Orleans, who like until yesterday I think wasn't getting drafted. Trey, am I spelling his name wrong? Trey. Okay, Jones? Tony Jones, not Trey Jones. Tony Jones. Sounds like Tony Jones is the 2 right now. There was a report like a week and a half ago that like Latavius Murray was on the roster bubble. It seems like that might just be a thing. That might just be true, which would be crazy. But like the problem with Latavius is that you kind of don't want to take Kamara off the field, right? Because Kamara's like definitely a good third down back, but you want him on the field 1 and 2 as well. That kind of takes Latavius' role, and then Latavius isn't a good backup because he doesn't run the same routes that Kamara does, and he's not the same player. Whereas Tony Jones looks like kind of like the same player as Kamara. So that's probably the guy they want on their roster, a guy that they can just plug and play, not change any plays on their playbook. I guess let's pull up the draft board. I don't know why. I won this league, right? My lineup adds. I just need to fill out running back here. I just fill out running back with like high upside guys. I'll look at my roster and see how I feel about my receivers. I have 7 receivers right now. I thought I had less than that, honestly. I think we're just looking in for high upside running backs right now. Okay, McKissick I love. Gio I love. Lindsey I like. James White I love. Rashad Penny I love. Chuba I love. Later. Darrington Evans I like. Darrell Williams I like. Boston Scott I like. Justin Jackson I like. These are high upside guys that they're like 1 injury away from being a workhorse running back. And since I have 3 that I like, James Conner's high upside too. He's also 1 injury away from being a workhorse running back. I'm actually so excited about this draft. This draft is going like to a T perfectly for me. And it's gonna be like 2592 or 2682. This will be the first like draft that I name. I'm gonna name it as like Stone Cold Nuts, or like just like draft that I love, because this is probably the best draft I've had on Underdog. I think that is directly correlated to the strength of players and lobby going down. What do I do if Phil Lindsay gets back to me? 20 picks after ADP. I draft him, I suppose, is the answer to that. Well, there are just no running backs drafted this round. Oh, actually, no running backs drafted this round. I think these guys like realize they don't have enough receivers, or enough high-end receivers in some cases. They're just going depth. Sam Darnold at 165. McKissick, I just get Lindsey. Almost 20 picks after ADP. He's definitely the best running back in Houston. I know I said I don't like drafting Houston players, but this is the one exception. Josh Jacobs 20 picks after almost 20 picks after ADP is more egregious because of where his ADP is. We're talking like that, like percentage wise, that's huge. Philip Lindsay here is also insane, considering like Philip Lindsay's on the rise and David Johnson is on the reverse. as far as ADP, because Dave Johnson used to be like up here, and Lindsey was down here, and they've been getting close. It's got like even Philip Lindsay just passed him because he just looks so much better. Oh, Gio goes. I forgot this guy in the end is not drafting rationally. Okay, I want to go high upside receiver now. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown's the answer there. Or I just don't go high upside. Okay, that's fine. It was between Amon-Ra and Jameson. I think I would have gone Jameson, but we'll take it. Even an auto pick can't get this draft off the rails. This is honestly probably a Zach Ertz team. What's Jalen gonna do? They're not gonna let him air it out. They're just gonna do short passes and quick runs. Sounds like a Zach Ertz team to me. I'm actually gonna put a star on him because I have not been drafting him enough, and I kind of like him for this team. I also like Hunter Henry too. I think he's fallen too far. I don't think he's significantly worse than Jonnu Smith, who goes like 4 rounds earlier than him. The problem with going Zach Ertz, I guess, for me is that I'm playing a 2 tight end, one. It doesn't matter because like he just literally just has to be healthy for week 6. Get a tight end run there. It's a little upsetting for me because that probably puts like Zach Ertz right in the crosshairs for some of these guys going back. This guy doesn't have 3 tight ends, does he? He does. And one of them's Troutman. We heard it's not major, but we're talking like not major could be still in like 6 weeks in my opinion. Okay. Penny goes at the turn. Pretty late for there. I don't think Ertz is getting back. Well, everybody has 2 or 3 tight ends now for this guy. There's other guys I like. I can go all the way down to Tyler Croft. I have no problem picking Tyler Croft right in drafts anymore either. Well, I do in this one because he's by week 6, but normally like if you say I can have Tyler Croft, I'm just kind of like sold on that right now. Looks like he's just gonna be out there running routes for a rookie quarterback. When rookie quarterback's in trouble, they find their tight end. Generally. And you can kind of see that in the preseason. He had Tyler Croft for 2 touchdowns. Like Chuba in the 16th. Oof. These handcuff backs that turn into superstars are going a little too early for my take now. Because he's like a 0. He's actually like 0 points until McCaffrey gets hurt. And then he's 25. Ertz goes. Okay. Probably just not going tight end then. Just want to get another running back. Oh, James White's still available? James White spike week? Donald Parham. Parham in the 16th is quite aggressive as well. Donald Parham's an 18, round 18 flyer, not around 16. Like, round 16, these guys still need to score points for you. In an 18 round draft, like, every pick matters. The only one you can think about, like, going for a deep flyer on, is even, like, remotely think about it, is I'm going to go James White here, and we're done with running back. We're going to have Dalvin Cook every single week in our running back spot, and then one of these four guys fill out the other running back spot, and let's just go for high upside receiver here. Yeah, I don't like any of these tight ends. OJ Howard's another guy that I don't mind drafting. Hayden Hurst is fine. Wiley Cox is fine. Okay. Alan Lazard's not it. People just stop drafting him. As someone who watches a lot of Packer games, don't pick Alan Lazard right now. Not a John Brown guy. He's go Dwayne Eskridge. I'll go Dwayne Eskridge. Get some exposure to the Seattle offense. We're running on a 2-5-9-2 build. I'm looking back on this. I now like Amon-Ra St. Brown more than I liked my Jamison Crowder pick, because we already had Cole Beasley. I can't pick two of the same player. Lazard's a trap. Lazard needs an injury to be important now. So Cobb there. That's the first three out for the Packers are going to be Devontae Adams, Cobb, and MVS. And then probably Amari Rodgers. You're always gonna have like Adams and MVS on the outside, Cobb in the slot, and then probably Amari Rodgers as a gadget slot guy as well. Which Titan? OJ Howard, Hayden Hurst, Wiley Cox. I'm not picking one of these Pittsburgh tight ends. I can't do it. I'm actually not. Oh, I'm not going Hayden Hurst, actually. I'm not going Hurst, and I'm not going Croft because they're on 6. There's no point in picking this position if he's on the same bye week as George Kittle. Ideally, whoever I pick here gives me points for 1 week. And Kittle's a monster. Right now, it's me trying to figure out like which one of these has the most potential for a spike week. It's probably Mo Alley Cox, just the random 2 touchdown week. Wow, these late quarterbacks right now. I'm gonna have fun reviewing these draft boards because I think they're like awful, and like at least a few of these guys are gonna be drawing stone cold dead. I always love doing the review on a draft where I feel like I did really well, and then I feel like there were some just really bad picks. I'm looking at like just like I can look at some of the constructions and see like they're just not good. This guy needs a 5th running back. But okay, this guy would go 5th running back. This guy, does he also need a 5th running back? No, he doesn't. He can stop at 4. Like he should go 10 tight end, 10 receivers. a third quarterback. I guess he didn't take a high pick quarterback, so upside Mac Jones, I guess, is fine. I don't know if there's any upside there. Like the best case scenario right now with Mac Jones is he starts for a team that doesn't really score points. So is there really upside there? And he doesn't run. Freiermuth and Ebron. Oof. I don't think either one of them's draftable. They have 3 receivers that get drafted in the top 100, and now they have 2 tight ends going in the 18th. On a team that's got Ben Roethlisberger backed up by Dwayne Haskins and Mason Rudolph. Is Mason Rudolph still there? I have no idea. OJ Howard. Oh, Allie Cox. My problem with OJ Howard is he just, he's getting sniped on red zone targets, and that's just too painful. From like this, I didn't Gronk. All right, everybody, you can stop entering the puppy draft. We have the winning lineup. No reason to enter anymore. I'll tweet about this one later. This team is like pure art. Draft is over. Yeah. So it's still bugged. Let's live best ball. Wait, how do I get to, where is it? Active, completed. Best ball. Okay. My team. Lance, Cousins, full Minnesota Onslaught, Cousins, Cook, Jefferson, Thielen. Lance with Debo and Kittle. Josh Jacobs, 20 picks after ADP. James Conner at value. Philip Lindsay, 20 picks after ADP. James White, 11 picks after ADP. Julio, Nicole, Henry, Ruggs, Cole Beasley, Amon-Ra, Esker Spike Weeks, and we have Kittle. This is actually probably the best draft I've done in a long time, so I'm pretty happy. Now let's roast the other teams. The 1 pick. He went Kyler early with unstacked, so that was bad. And then took another early pick on Tannehill. He started off so well. Like McCaffrey, Allen, Lamb, he just started off so well to get so sideways in the middle of this draft. 6 running backs when you have McCaffrey and you spent two decently high picks on running backs too. This should have stopped at 4. Like, get rid of Latavius and get rid of Tevin Coleman. Just have Gio. Allen, Lamb, because now you're starting Michael Pittman or Terrace Marshall. You reached on both of these guys. I was saying in the middle of the draft what he was doing wrong too, because I was actually really closely watching his team. He went 40 picks ahead of ADP on Noah Fant, unstacked. I was watching him closely because he should have gone, because after he went Kyler and Mike Davis, he could still make up for this, even though like these were pretty egregious picks. This had to be like a double wide receiver turn for him. And instead he went for a running back he doesn't need. And a tight end that's way too early. Like, think if these two are like Mike Williams, Michael Gallup, Juju and Gallup. LaVisca should be here. Instead, he's starting Michael Pittman or Terrace Marshall week 1. Roasted. Okay, next one. Mine. 3rd pick. 2592. Stafford looks good, actually. 5 running backs. Kamara. So you got your like hero RB and a bunch of guys that are going to fill in. Gaskin, I like. A little early on Harris. He reached for Harris after I picked Jacobs, which is weird because he went Gaskin here. He should have just gone Jacobs here. Like I was probably taking Gaskin or Jacobs here, and he didn't pick. Or maybe he thought he probably thought the same idea. This guy on the end needs to pick 2 receivers. And I'm probably not going to 2 running backs. He didn't get one of these 2 back. He didn't. And just ended up reaching for Damian Harris. Which you didn't need to. When you have Kamara, like you don't need to put a premium on running back. When Xavier Jones way out of ADP. Brown Woods, Claypool, Judy. Receivers I still like. He's got Everett at tight end, Jarwin. The tight end's weak, but the rest of the draft is fine. 2682, Lamar Darnold. Okay. Henry, Edmonds, Rojo. I think this guy should just have more receivers as well. Yeah, he should just have more receivers. He should have more shots at receiver. One less of these guys down here. 1 more receiver. Fire away. Singletary didn't need to go this high. What's your luck with Henry, Edmonds, and Rojo staying healthy? Three, 6, 7, 2. Yeah, don't pick Carr. No reason for that. This team's starting running back for Javonte Williams, A.J. Dillon. This is dead money. The receivers are good, and Kyle Pitts, but his receivers are dead. He's got the full Seattle stack, but he's just dead at running back. Yes, he did go for the upside, guys. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson should not be going. 193 is high. Reaching for him is aggressive. That's some preseason hype that's not going to fall through probably. 2592, Allen, Burrow. Okay, he didn't reach for Burrow, so I don't mind going out like it's kind of an early-ish second quarterback. Doesn't have a stack for it though, so doesn't have a stack for Allen though. This is the guy I think he's an experienced drafter, but I think he got sniped on Kyler like by a pretty bad pick, and just was pretty committed to quarterback at his pick and went Allen for no reason that I saw. He'd grab Emmanuel Sanders and Gabe Davis later, but I mean, maybe this is a good strategy. Maybe he's experienced enough to know he can draft naked Allen early and just grab these 2 later. I got Cole Beasley though, so receivers I like. I just don't like Cortland Sutton personally. I don't think that's a good pick. Other than that, the receivers are fine. It's not bad. It's not bad. Hilaire. I almost say this could be a 6 running back team instead of Juwan Johnson, who I don't think is probably worth anything for him. Where were we? Oh, he didn't need he doesn't need the wide receiver. Just go second quarterback. Go another receiver. I'm looking at the wrong team. Whatever. Okay. Mahomes, Brady. Don't pick Brady. Pick Mahomes. Don't pick Brady at ADP. You pick Mahomes. You got the Mahomes Hill stack, so that's good. Running back Mixon, Montgomery, Drake, Gordon, Gainwell. That's fine. That's fine. Big reach on Drake though. He did big reach on Drake, and they let Josh Jacobs slide. I didn't miss something, did I? I'm still worried that I missed something. Okay, yeah, I don't have anything. I don't know why he went Drake so early and Jacobs slid 20 picks. But if somebody knows, that's cool. Receivers are fine. He should have got more receivers, actually. Oh my god, he has 5 tight ends. What? Why? You only play 1 a week, at most 2. Alright. Whatever. That guy's paying the rake. This is a robust RB. It just doesn't look good because I know I'm looking at his running backs. I'm like, sweet, he probably should only have 4 running backs. First of all, you're doing this many picks invested in running backs early, and I'm gonna look at his receivers and be really upset. I think they're actually not bad. No tight ends, but they're not as bad as I thought they'd be. You got good value on Chase, Chenault, and Mooney, so you got good value on all of his receivers. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Naked Dak, though, doesn't feel good. He's got Dak, Zeke. I don't like stacking Dak and Zeke. I don't feel like... I think Tony Pollard's going to do a lot of the pass catching this year. And Rodgers with Tanyan, I guess. Roethlisberger just didn't need to be picked here. Take another shot at receiver. Probably didn't need to pick Jared Cook either. Just take another shot at receiver as well. Could have been a nice 2-5-9-2 lineup. How many we got left? That was Rooney. A few more. Okay. Nick of time DFS. Oh man, you know when you put DFS in your name, I think you understand the base concept of the game you're drafting in. But here we are. Running back's pretty good. He definitely doesn't need 6 of them though. Steve would have been just fine with 5. Probably would have been just fine with 4. Yeah, the receiver. That's Thomas is his 3rd receiver. You can't do that. Like legitimately can't. Then he did some big reach on T.Y. Hilton for some reason. This team's actually playing with 5 receivers for like the first month. I'll be tough. I'll be tough to win with that. That's kind of paying the rake. That's a lot of receivers. 3. I don't dislike him going 2 quarters. He went these 2 quarters very late, so that's okay. Saquon, Chubb, Sanders, Sermon. Yes, this is a definite 4 receiver. Why doesn't this guy have Tom Brady? He gets sniped on Brady? I thought I saw Brady early. I thought he went to a pretty reasonable ADP. He's here, right? He's right here. Where does Tom Brady go? Tom Brady goes at 103, I guess. He was waiting for Brady to get back to him at the 106. This guy had no business taking Tom Brady, so I'll give him that. Yeah, none of these other guys would have had... Nobody else here... This team kind of falls apart when it doesn't have Brady, though, right? Your three receivers are all on Tampa Bay, and you didn't get Brady. This is one of those situations where you almost have to reach for him. He's waiting to get him at ADP basically here, and it ended up just biting him. With the drafters being not as sharp anymore, I think you can't wait on the quarterback that you want. They go too early, and it looks like he just kind of like hodgepodge some sacks together. Indy, New England, yeah. New England, yep. Just kind of threw some backdoor stacks together, which is, yeah, he did what he had to do. But the team construction's right. 2592. Tua Wilson is a little yikes. Najee, this is the early Najee pick. He went Najee, JK, and then just sat. I don't think Najee, JK is a workhorse enough like backfield to get it done. But I don't think you go 6 running backs either. Diggs, Cooper, Boyd, Devonta, Waddle. All fine, Hawkinson. This is fine. I just don't like the Najee reach. But if he believes, then he should definitely do that. Ryan Mayfield, fine. This is a 2583. 3 tight ends, probably not good. 5 running backs, yeah. This could be 4 probably. 5 is fine though. Ridley, Moore, Beckham, Anderson. Chiefs are good. This team's pretty good. Team's fine. I don't think any stacks though. Atlanta, Cleveland. Oh, he's the Ridley stack and the Beckham stack. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. The full Cleveland stack. What am I talking about? And the full and an Atlanta stack. Team's good, but it doesn't really matter because I won the draft. Okay. Wrap up the video there. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you made it this long. We know nothing about this draft. I think this is like pretty close to stone cold perfect of a draft you're going to see in a while. So leave a comment, let me know. And until next time. Thanks. Bye.